we would like to reintroduce Libby Bellinger. She's the Associate Director at Meals on Wheels. We decided to do our campaign with Meals on Wheels to help raise awareness of senior hunger in the Waco and Central Texas area, and also to get volunteers from the student body at Baylor. Meals on Wheels started in 1970, and their transportation system started in the 90s. Their mission is to, oh man, sorry. Their mission is to nourish the bodies, minds, and spirits of older adults in the heart of Texas through meals, transportation, activities, and volunteer support. So we really want to concentrate on keeping toward the mission statement and gaining that volunteer support in Waco. Next one. So this past year in 2012, they received funding cuts from the federal help they're receiving, so they didn't have the funds to continue a lot of their operational activities, and so we need volunteers to get donations so that seniors can continue to get meals, because a lot of clients were cut, so that means that seniors are not getting food and that they're going hungry. And so to solve the issue of senior hunger in Waco, we need donors and volunteers, and we just believe that the Baylor student body has so much potential since they're already stepping out in the community and helping. So this is a good segue for them to help with the seniors in the area.
Okay.
Yeah, so Meals on Wheels, they have their main office which delivers meals and helps serve them. Then they also have senior centers around the Waco area and transportation. Senior centers and the Meals on Wheels is what we're concentrating on because it's the easiest for students to volunteer. They can go and dish up meals, or they could help deliver. And also the senior centers, they can just go and engage with older adults. They have like senior dances twice a week where you can go and just kind of have fellowship and get to know them and just give them your time if you can't give them like money or anything else. So those are our service opportunities. There's also a pet food program that they started for seniors' pets to make sure that they're fed as well. Group activities and just different ways that you can help. So you can go to the website and fill out a form to learn about how you can volunteer. This is our backgrounder and our fact sheet, which just kind of further explains like the timeline of Meals on Wheels and the facts about the organization.
Okay, so with that background and analysis in place, we started working on our campaign, and the strengths internally, Meals on Wheels has a great core group of volunteers right now, and they're older adults who've been working there for a long time, so that's a huge asset because they have long-term relationships with volunteers, so that's awesome. Their social media plan that's already in place is great. They have a Twitter, a Facebook, and their website itself is really easy to navigate. People can find out how to volunteer, donate, do anything right on their website. So that's a huge strength. The external weaknesses, the government funding cut has been the biggest limit for them recently, just because they've had to cut back on transportation and food and all these things just in this past year. So it's all happening at once, and it's a lot. Also, they don't have a ton of student volunteers, and so while their volunteers have been there for a long time, are aging, and the organization itself, there's a huge opportunity for students to get involved there and build a long-term relationship because they have a great facility that they can help out at. There's so many opportunities and ways to help. And then opportunities in the Waco community, there's a huge number of elderly Wacoans that are in need of help, and we believe that that is not publicized enough, that people don't know about it. So there's a lot of nonprofits in the Waco community and that are partnering with Baylor organizations, but I myself didn't know a lot about the fact that there's a lot of elderly Wacoans who are homebound or don't have nutritious meals and who don't have transportation, and so that's another opportunity. And then the threats, again, the government funding, and then just the lack of awareness for our age group. So with that, we set our goal to raise awareness for Meals on Wheels among Baylor students so that we could increase volunteers and donations in this younger community. And the specific objectives within that were to partner with one student organization, and we believe that that would be feasible because there's a lot of organizations, but to develop a relationship one-on-one would be huge because that's long-term and you're getting just really building a community and a partnership between the two. Our second objective was to increase social media traffic, and so that's the amount of Twitter posts, Twitter likes, a lot of interactivity with students on Twitter and Facebook, because that's where we are, and that's what where we get our news and where we get updates and information. So increasing social media traffic by 15%, and then our third aspect was to publish articles in the Waco Trib and the Baylor Lariat to focus on the issue of senior hunger, and then also the opportunity to volunteer and kind of get the Meals on Wheels Waco name out there. So,
good.
Yeah, that's our target market was the Baylor students again, and then the plan. We kind of wanted to focus on April as National Volunteer Month, and so for the articles that Sarah and I wrote, that was a huge focus because Meals on Wheels has an event on May 5th. And it's a volunteer recognition event, and so we thought that would be April itself as National Volunteer Month is a great platform to work off of. And then we built a social media schedule to kind of give the organization an idea of what would work, what we would be interested in reading, and what social media posts would get attention, and then also distributing the print materials. And then our budget. So the social media is free. It's awesome. And so for an organization that doesn't have the funding, we wanted to do something that was low cost and that would be easy to implement. So the social media, the flyers themselves can be electronically distributed. So if you put them on chapel slides, which can be difficult to work with Baylor on, but you can put them on chapel slides. You can put them on like computer screensavers, so they can be electronically distributed, or on email lists and social media, anything. And then the news articles, if we get them published, they're free. So, and then yeah, this is just our timeline. So we met on Tuesday nights and would kind of work together to analyze what we had going on and strategize and build our plan from there.
Okay, social media. Meals on Wheels had a pretty good social media base already laid out. They have a comp score of 44, which is impressive. Seeing that there is not a lot of awareness on the Baylor campus. They have a good number of Twitter followers and Facebook page likes, and so this was a really great jumping off point for us to increase our social media traffic. And then these are just some clips of their Facebook and Twitter pages. This is our social media plan, and it would last for about 2 weeks, and we would just include I included some tweet samples, highlighting the stories that Anna and Sarah wrote about the sequester and the volunteer feature story. We also attended one of the dances and took some pictures, so we're going to link to those. And then for Facebook, a lot of it is the same stuff that we'd be tweeting about, but we can also create an event and invite Baylor students. They will be having a volunteer appreciation event in May. And our goal was to have 20 students in attendance at that event. Good. We also created a Twitter directory, and this includes people that are currently following and then organizations that they are not following. I was very impressed by the number of people that they are currently following right now. Whenever I started to think of different organizations, I had a really hard time doing it, and that's why the who to follow list is so short, because they'd already taken care of that. Okay, and then we have publishing papers.
I created a website for us that's easier for all of our classmates and Libby and everyone else at Meals on Wheels to look at our campaign in case they, if they want to use our ideas. So this is the website, and I have.
Did you use Wix?
Yes, I did use Wix.
I love Wix.
And these are several photos that we obtained from Libby from different events, people actually going out and volunteering. I have our About Meals on Wheels page and our mission statement. So they're awesome staff. And I also have links on the About Us page where it links to the volunteer application, donation page, and the newsletter so you can keep updated with Meals on Wheels and what we're doing.
Great.
And this is the background. These are our current PR efforts, this is their website. It looks awesome. And their Facebook page. And then, of course, their Twitter. Our key publics were Baylor students and Baylor organizations, and our competitors were places like Veterans Hospital, Campus Kitchen, World Hunger Farm, Senior Sitters, and Urban Missions. This is our campaign page, and these are our goals, objectives, and strategies, which we've talked about already. And we also have our PSA, and I will play that for y'all. Our PSA is something that we can use on the Facebook page, link it to the Twitter, and maybe put it on the Mills and Wells website.
Okay, great.
I don't know where the volume is.
Well, I just think it's very good, because they have people when they need help, they like to stay with Pleasant. It's a good organization, period.
So that video could encourage Baylor students to get out there and help and see what they would be doing at Mills and Wells. We also have our backgrounder, our fact sheet, our executive summary, our SWOT analysis, and the explanation of our budget. This is some of the these are some of the different flyers that we have created that Mills and Wells can use electronically. Like we said again, put on your Facebook page, link it to Twitter, put it in emails and newsletters. And this is one that we can use here at Chapel. It's simple. If you're looking for volunteer opportunities, you know where to find it. It goes straight to the volunteer page. And this would be just a Mills and Wells flyer saying, give back to those who gave to you. It gets you interested in, okay, well, how can I give back? And this is Miss Lovely Anna at one of the Soul Ross dances, and they had a good time. And then this would be a simple flyer that we can make for the Sunday brunch event that is recognizing all of Mills and Wells volunteers. It's at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. This is the basic information, how to get there. It's right there across the street from campus. And this is, I put at the bottom, this is our way of saying thank you for your help, because I think that's important that they're having an event like that, because they appreciate you taking time out of your day to come help. And these are some of the pictures from the dance that we took.
Good.
And these are screenshots of the articles that Anna and Sarah wrote.
Okay.
And this is our questionnaire that we can give to Baylor students to say, what do you know about Meals on Wheels? Have you heard of us before? Would you like to get involved, whether it's you by yourself or your group organization? And this is a pitch letter that we can send to the Waco Trib or the Lariat to use our articles to get our information out there.
Okay. Great.
And this is some of the Twitter directory. And this is how you can get into contact with Meals on Wheels. And that is our website.
All right. Good.
And then this is just more of what we'd already gone over.
Okay.
And then finally we have our evaluation methods. We did set pretty specific goals for ourselves, and these are ways that we can figure out if we've actually achieved those goals. We did develop a survey that we would like to hand out pre and post campaign to find out if our campaign has been effective. We'd like to publish the articles that Anna and Sarah have written in their respective mediums. And then we want to analyze whether or not we did actually increase our social media traffic by 15% through Facebook Insights, an increase in their clout score or Hootsuite. And then we would like to see if we have actually developed the relationship with the one student organization by having them represented at the volunteer event in May.
Okay, great. Good job.
And we want to say thank